Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Nelson for Catholic News Break. Here's what's going on this week in the news. We begin from the Vatican. After Pope Benedict XVI returned from his pastoral visit to the Italian town of Carpenedo Romano, the Holy Father appeared at the balcony overlooking the inner courtyard of the Apostolic Palace at Castel Gandolfo to pray the Angelus with faithful gathered there. Before the Marian prayer, Benedict XVI made mention of his recently published message for the 26th World Youth Day, due to be celebrated in Madrid, Spain in August of 2011. The Pope highlighted how the title of the message comes from a phrase in St. Paul's letter to the Colossians: planted and built up in Jesus Christ, firm in the faith. And this, he observed, is something which runs decisively against the tide. The Holy Father said that in a society that too often exalts uncertainty, mobility, volatility, all aspects that reflect a culture undecided about its core values, he asked young people to put down their roots in Christ, loving his church. Finally, the Holy Father noted how in becoming believers, young people are supported by the faith of the church. In news now from around the country, Catherine Grinsowich, an attorney in the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops' Office of General Counsel, who tracks communications policy issues for the bishops, recently told Catholic News Service her misgivings about the deal announced in August between Google and Verizon. Grinsowich said that although they are not altering the internet, they are proposing to alter access to the internet. The companies that provide the customer access to the internet are able to speed up or slow down traffic to the web. She went on to say that websites which pay a fee to the network provider would have their sites open faster than those who don't pay. In such a pay-to-play internet, parishes, dioceses, schools, and all non-commercial speakers intending to use the internet will be unable to pay fees to have their websites open as easily as those of large commercial entities, and may not be able to reach the audience they now reach at all. In news now from around the world, a village in India has declared a social boycott against the 800-member Catholic community living there. Father Philip Rock, pastor of St. Sebastian Parish in Mangalawada village, told Catholic News Service in early September that following the spread of cholera in the village, Hindu leaders announced steps to appease their gods and ward off evil. These steps included special fasts and the banning of regular work in the village on all inauspicious days, including all Tuesdays and Fridays. Father Rock said the Hindus indicated that nobody should eat during the day, wash clothes, work in the fields, open their shops, or repair or wash their vehicles on such days. However, Father Rock pointed out that the government supplies water to the dry village only on Tuesdays and Fridays, and he said he couldn't tell his parishioners to follow those conditions, especially since they are Christians and not bound to follow Hindu religious practices. For the Catholics' refusal to follow the directives, the Hindus in the village, who are twice the number of the Catholics, declared the boycott. Hindus were told not to have anything to do with the Christians and were threatened with a fine of $11 for violating the ban on interacting with Christians. Also, Hindus have stopped buying from small Christian shops, selling to Christians, or using vehicles owned by Christians. And finally in the news, the Catholic Register, a Canadian weekly, had an interview recently with actor and director Emilio Estevez about his new film, The Way. It's a story about how faith, hope, and walking are all part of the American way of overcoming hard times. The story follows 4 characters walking the Camino de Santiago de Compostela, or the Way of St. James, through Spain. Estevez says that Americans are searching for something. The Camino serves as the ultimate metaphor for life. The movie premieres September 10th at the Toronto International Film Festival, where Estevez will be seeking a North American distribution deal. Estevez's father, actor Martin Sheen, was the one who first proposed making the film about the Camino 7 years ago. Well, that is all the information we have for you this time. Please stay with Catholic TV for more Catholic news. Until then, I'm Kevin Nelson, and I'll see you next time on Catholic News Break.